Good morning, everybody. You are currently listening to a Tall Girls podcast hosted by a tall girl named India. I hope all of you listening today are doing super amazing. Oh, and happy Pride Month. Am I a little late? Yes, I am. What is it? It's almost halfway through the month. Hold on, what is today's date? The day I'm recording this is June 12th, which is a Sunday, but by the time you guys are listening to this, it will be June 16th. Yeah, I am about halfway late, but better late than never, okay? And happy Pride Month yet again to those who celebrate. I am honestly happy that there is an entire month dedicated to accepting yourself in terms of many things other than, but also including gender identity. I hope I got that right. I don't want to offend anyone, but feel free to correct me wherever you want to correct me. Anyways, now, as you could tell by today's title, I wore platform sandals for a whole entire night. Now, if you listen to my most recent Q&A episode, by the way, you should totally do that if you haven't. One of the questions was like, what would you do now that you wouldn't do before when you were insecure about your height? And I said, wear shoes with any type of heels. And then I also mentioned that I bought my first ever pair of platform sandals. And actually, one of you guys hit me up over on Instagram because she heard that part and she said that she hoped that I loved it. And oh my gosh, yes, I did. They were so comfortable and they added a good 3 inches to my height. So yeah, I was over 6 feet for an entire night. I never thought that day would come because yes, I did stop growing when I was 18, 19. And I was stuck in the 5s, not complaining about it though, loved my height. But I just wanted to also see what it would feel like when I'm over 6 feet. And I was just excited to wear them to a party. Yes, I wore them to a party. We were celebrating a family member's 100-year-old birthday party. What? We were celebrating a family member's 100-year-old birthday. Yes. So shout out to him for making it that far. Wow. Why did I think wearing platform shoes was right for the occasion? I don't know, but I was feeling super spontaneous. I was feeling extra confident. So I was like, let's just do it. Plus, I heard that the floors were slippery, so there was no way I was wearing heels. The sandals had way more grip. So figured that would be fine. So when I stood up after putting them on, I was immediately taller than my dad. We absolutely love that. We love being taller than men, period. Whether it's like a friend, a stranger, or even your own family member. But also in my last Q&A episode, I did say that my dad was 6'1". So with the shoes on, I was at least 6'2". I wasn't even at eye level with him. I was kind of looking down. So that was a little exciting. All right, so fast forward to this party. My parents and I arrived to the venue looking fire AF. I'm telling you, imagine 2 parents and their child walking in slow-mo because they all look fire. I'm telling you, the outfits were on point. 10 out of 10. Not even 10 out of 10. 12 out of 10. 12 out of 10. Spectacular. Okay, we were the hottest people in the parking lot, albeit we were the only people in the parking lot, but we were looking really good, okay? And I'm going to say it just right off the bat. When I was walking into the entrance, I hit my head on the doorway. Never in my life did I ever think that would happen to me because yes, I'm tall, but I'm not tall to the point where I would be smacking my head on doorways, okay? Those are usually for people who are 7 feet tall. Not even 6 feet, 7 feet tall. But I was at least 6'2", as I said before, and I smacked my head onto the doorway. How? Okay, you had to know that the venue had an extremely low doorway that for me to get in, I would have to crouch. What? That is insane. That is insane. And what was funny was it was one of those instances where from afar it looks like I could make it through, like without having to crouch down, bend down, or anything. But clearly, A, distance did lie to me, and B, I really did underestimate the situation. And on top of that, I woke up with a slight bruise the next day on my forehead. So if you see a bruise on my forehead in any of my videos on social media, do not say anything. Oh, and by the way, these videos are on Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest at A Tall Girls Podcast. Make sure you follow me there so you can get a glimpse of daily tall girl humor and even get a glimpse of my bruise. Let's hope that it goes away by then, though, because I have been icing it. Anywho, so after being attacked by a doorway, yes, I am going to say that I was attacked by a doorway because there was no need for it to smack me in the forehead. I was attacked by people. Okay, maybe I'm over exaggerating, but I was greeting a bunch of family members, as you usually do when you are in a venue full of people that you're related to, but you haven't seen in years. And you know, when someone says hi to you, you say hi back. You usually say hi back. You even add like, yeah, how's it going? Oh my gosh, haven't seen you in years. It's so great to see you. Something like that. But instead, every aunt, uncle, cousin, and in-law decided to not do that. So I would say hi, and they would be like, oh my gosh, you're so tall. Like, it just reminds me of that TikTok sound that was like, what happened to hi? How are you? I'm like, what happened to hi? How's it going? How's life? Do you need money? Even if you said, do you need money? I would totally take that, okay? But no, oh my gosh, you are so tall. Good night. That was terrible. I'm telling you, that happened to me at least 50 times. Almost every single person that I went to, even somebody who was taller than me, I would say he was like about 6'4". Even he said to me, oh my gosh, you're so tall. And I'm like, right back at you. I should have said that. Oh, but it was one of those, this is yet again where it's like, you don't think of the good comeback till 2 weeks later. I should have said that. But it really just got to the point that it got so frequent that I started saying thank you. At this point, I started taking it as a compliment. It is a compliment. Screw that. I'm not even going to say I think that it's a compliment. It is a compliment. And if it's not intended to be a compliment, I will take it as such anyways. Oh, and I almost crushed the 100-year-old birthday boy. Okay, let me explain that part. So we were taking pictures, and it was under this balloon arc type of thing. I don't know if that makes sense, but just think of it as an upside down magnet. So I go to the photographer and I'm like, okay, where do I stand? Of course he tells me to stand in the back because hashtag tall girl things. So I go to the back and I guess crouch down a little bit, because part of my face was being blocked. But then the photographer tells me to move forward a little bit because the shadows and all that stuff, all those photography terms that I had no clue he was saying, but all I knew was that I had to move forward. So I crouched down even more and I moved forward a little. Take the pictures, looking cute and all. It was pretty chill. Mind you, the birthday boy was towards the front because there were other people in front of me, but he was towards the front and center in his chair, smiling all happy and stuff. So he was kind of a distance away from me. And so we finish. I walk forward underneath the banner thing, not knowing that I'm too tall to be walking under it, and my head hits it. And then it starts tilting forward. and then it falls on top of the birthday boy. I literally crushed 100-year-old man with a banner. Did I ruin the party at that point? Yes. It was horrendous. Okay, maybe I did not ruin the party because it wasn't that deep. It was just balloons. It wasn't like it was heavy. It's not like it was going to hurt him. Or maybe it did, but he just didn't say anything because maybe he felt bad. I don't know, okay? I just know that people were pretty chill about it. No one was hurt and no one was mad for the most part. And we helped him out, okay? We took the banner off of him and he was okay. He was smiling. That's really all that matters. If the birthday boy was smiling, we're all good. But the thing was flimsy anyways. Like, I'm not even going to get too tight about it. It wasn't even set in place because you know how, I don't know, it's taped, glued, or just set to the ground, or at least it has weight. It didn't even have that. I don't even know how it was standing up in the first place. But it was supposed to be set in the ground. So honestly, it's not even my fault that it fell over. They should have made it tall proof. They had to make it tall proof because they know that I was going to show up anyways. And they decided not to make it tall proof. So low key, whoever set up that banner is their fault, not mine. I still kind of feel bad though. I'm not going to get too into it. So that was my experience wearing platform sandals for the first time for a whole entire night. 10 out of 10 experience, would definitely recommend. And please don't let my mishaps discourage you from wearing any type of heel or heels in general, platform shoes, platform sandals, whatever, for the first time. Because, I mean, I'm clumsy. I'm a clumsy person as it is. And honestly, when people try things for the first time, it usually doesn't go well. It's never perfect. And it will get better over time. Some of us are clumsier than others. I'm on the super clumsy side because I've just never been used to my long limbs as it is, but we're getting there. 20 years later, we're getting there. So please don't let this discourage you. Okay, I'm pretty sure you're gonna do amazing. You're gonna do awesome. You're gonna look amazing. You're gonna look awesome in it. So yeah. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I really do hope you liked it. Let me know if you did. On my social medias, just hit me up at A Tall Girls Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest. My DMs, messages, inbox, whatever is always open. You guys have been taking advantage of those lately, which is awesome. I love reading what you guys are saying, what you guys think about my podcast and what you want me to talk about next. So feel free to also give me ideas for what I should do next. And also Netflix recommendations. I'm always open to Netflix recommendations too, okay? It's the summer. School is out, kind of. I'm still in summer school, but I do have a little bit more time on my hands. One person did recommend to watch Vampire Diaries, so I will be watching the first episode in the next couple of days and report back to her. So if anybody has Netflix show recommendations, let me know. DMs and boxes are open. And also, let me know about your experience wearing a heeled shoe for the first time. Was it, like, bad? Was it good? Did you slay? I mean, obviously you slayed. You had to have slayed. But did you accidentally fall? Did you accidentally kick somebody? Like, I want to know. I want to know. Maybe I could even make that a whole episode. Like, yeah, wearing heels for the first time, horror stories. Okay, maybe not horror stories, but yeah. My social medias will be linked below. Also, the page where you can give this podcast a review will be linked below. So make sure to give it a review and let me know how tall you are and let everybody know like what you think of this podcast and just how awesome it is. And thank you so much for being here. I really, really do appreciate you and your existence. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, whatever. I will catch you in the next one. Good night and goodbye.